I'm distracted now. I've had to make this twice now because I forgot to turn the microphone on.
The meal?
I've had to make the meal twice, yes.
Cut it in.
Hey everybody, welcome to my cooking show. I'm Dr. Kirsten and today I'm going to be making a taco bowl. One of the things that I always seem to have is leftover taco meat from taco nights, and I'm making lunch today. So with that leftover meat, I am going to show you a couple different ways that you can do this. But with ground beef, you can get a recipe on my website for taco seasoning. Just another way to not use a taco seasoning packet. You go ahead and use that if it's a little bit quicker and simpler for you. But one of the things that I do is I just take all those different seasonings, I put them all together in certain ratios, and then I put them and store them in a little container in my cupboard. So it's basically like having a taco seasoning packet, just a little bit easier, simpler, and not with all the preservatives. So today though, what I have is shredded beef that I've left over from making enchiladas, and it's a barbacoa recipe. It's up on the website, I'll link it below. But it's really super simple. I already have all these things pre-prepped and pre-made because I'm just putting them all together for lunch today. But one of the things that you can do is, like for example, when you get home, I made this in the Instant Pot. You can make it in a slow cooker as well, but I did it in the Instant Pot, which is a pressure cooker. And so it took me a little bit over an hour to make this. So sometimes what will happen if I don't have something ready to go for dinner, I will get that Instant Pot out right when I get home at 5 o'clock. I will put that meat in, get it going with all the seasonings and everything, and then by the time I'm settled and I've gotten home, kind of gotten into my routine, I know some people will help their kids with their homework and all of that. I will also get some of my other stuff prepped so that right when that meat is done, we can eat and the food is ready to go. It's just an easier way to take some of that pressure and time off of cooking everything. And it's set it and leave it for a little bit, which is always really, really nice. So, but alternatively though, I mean, to make shredded ground beef into taco meat, it really doesn't take a whole lot. You could probably make this entire meal in less than 20 minutes, depending on how long it took for the rice to cook. But if you even had that prepped from the weekend, I mean, it would take you literally the time that it takes to heat up and cook some ground beef. So let me show you how I put this together. I have some black rice in the bottom of my bowl that I had left over. So I put that in the bottom. I top that with a vinaigrette. Now I just use a shaker bottle because I find this is like the easiest way to store and shake it all up again. But what you want to do is you want to put in about a half a cup of oil. What I would use is an extra virgin olive oil that's organic if you can. A really good source of fat there and some other nutrients as well. But also you could use an avocado oil or something like that. And then what I put in was about a quarter cup of an apple cider vinegar. So with that, I chose apple cider vinegar, but you could use any vinegar that you have, like white wine vinegar even, or maybe even red wine vinegar. I cook the taco meat with apple cider vinegar, so I just wanted to stick with that same flavor profile. So I put that in there, about a quarter cup of that, and then I also put in the juice from 2 limes and then some salt and pepper. So shook that up, and then I pour a little bit of that over my rice at the bottom. And then I'm gonna usually, if I were making this for myself, I wouldn't really do this and try to like make it look all nice and fancy. But I'm just gonna put this on the side here. So I'm just taking this meat that I heated up, and I usually try to heat my stuff up on the stove if I can. I try to avoid using microwaves. There's probably, I don't know if there's really some science behind it, but if I can heat it up on the stove, I will. So, okay, so there's that. I've got that there. And then what I will do is I will put a little bit of salad or lettuce on the side. So, or I'll put it on top. It just sort of depends on what I'm doing, but I'm doing something a little bit different today just for the purpose of this. But okay, so I've put that there. Now, if you're looking for some different alternatives to black rice or even, any type of carbohydrate, a starchy carbohydrate, you could do something like a sweet potato, or you could just turn this into a salad and make that really, really, really easily. Just put more lettuce in the bottom, put the meat on top, and it's basically a taco salad. So super easy and nothing too fancy. But one of the reasons why it's beneficial to use things like a black rice, brown rice, or a sweet potato, something that's colorful and orange, black, things that have color usually have more nutrients in them. Things like white rice, things like white potatoes, those types of foods will often, especially white rice, because it's processed and refined, it will spike your blood sugar a lot faster than something like black rice or something like a sweet potato, because they have a little bit more nutrients in them, which will often, like antioxidants, and those will slow down the absorption of sugar from the glucose from the grain or the sweet potato into your cells. So if you're looking for something that's just an alternative and that has a little bit more nutrition, that's the way you do it. So the last thing in the way that we're going to finish this off is I'm going to top it with a little bit more salad dressing so that gets all over kind of the meat and the lettuce. And then I'm going to top it with some salsa. Spoon up here. And then if you are able to eat dairy and that's your jam, you could chop it with some Greek yogurt or sour cream. I'm just going to make sure that I don't have a ton of liquid here from that. Okay, so we put that on top. And then also, if you are the type of person that really likes cilantro, you could top it with that too. I, however, do not. And it tastes like soap to me. So that's it. It's super duper simple to make a really easy taco bowl that can come from things that you've already prepped over the weekend or had left over from your week. Takes less than 10 minutes to put together if you have all of the things already made. Really nutrient dense. It has protein, carbohydrates, fats, and you could top it with avocado, which would give it a little bit more fat as well. And also it has vegetables. You could even put bell peppers here if you sauteed them like fajita style. So many different options. Please find me on both Facebook and Instagram at Dr. Kirsten and let me know if you try this. Also, there's another 2 opportunities for you to make sure that you don't miss these videos. One is subscribe to my YouTube channel, and you will be told and notified when these videos are launched every Thursday at 1 p.m. But also you can join my email list. And what I do is I just send out 1 email a week with the link to these videos. And I also put down below some of the nutrient information and substitution options in those emails down below. So I just make it really easy for you to find some different opportunities, different ways to mix this up depending on the different types of food choices that you have. Maybe if you have also some food allergies or sensitivities that you're trying to avoid, I often try to provide some type of feedback as far as that goes as well. Thank you so much for being here. I really hope you enjoyed this episode, and I will see you guys next week. I will be interviewing one of my colleagues about traumatic brain injury, about toxins and chemicals and how those can be related. So come on back and we will see you then.